Joining us now in the studio with more on Israel's preparation for war with Iran is founder and executive director of the Israel Institute for Strategic Studies, Dr. Martin Sherman. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me again.
So how likely do you think an attack will be?
Well, I think that it must be the working assumption. I don't think that Iran can keep on restraining itself and absorbing Israeli attacks without doing anything. I mean, put it the other way, if the Iranians had attacked Israel and caused that kind of damage, I imagine that Israel would have responded. So I think that the plausible assumption is that they will attack.
And when we're talking about this type of attack, I mean, northern Israel has been the area that is obviously of most concern. Where will we see these attacks happen if they were to happen? What would the targets be? What is the time frame here?
Well, I'm not sure that northern Israel would be the only target. Unfortunately, since the bungling of the Second Lebanon War, they've allowed a huge buildup of missiles in South Lebanon. South Lebanon itself could target virtually any target within Israel, civilian or military. I think we should brace for the worst. And by the way, I'm not sure that this isn't a very good reason for Israel to launch massive preemption.
Interesting, and I'd like to get into that as well. But I mean, there are questions as to whether Iran is going to be involved directly or it's going to be sending a proxy to carry out these attacks. Hezbollah just had a big election win, so obviously Israel is very much focused on that as well. What is your take on who would be carrying this out?
I think that Israel must be ready, must gear for attacks either from Iran directly, because that would give them the most prestige, saying that they could actually take revenge on the attack from the Zionist entity. But I don't think they would balk from using Hezbollah either. And so, unless you believe that the Hezbollah is amassing all these rockets just for show, then at some stage they're going to use them. And the question is, does Israel allow the other side to choose the timing and the location of the attack?
Right, which brings us back to your point about whether or not it's right for Israel to be making a preemptive attack right now. What is your take on that?
Well, I think it's inevitable. Letting the other side launch the attack first has tremendous risks. Hezbollah, as an Iranian proxy, has over 100,000, 150,000, according to some reports, rockets, which is a completely different kettle of fish from what there was in Protective Edge. They have rockets now far more, with far more precision and far more explosives. So, I don't think that any responsible Israeli government can really let the other side choose the timing and the location of the attack.
Well, we are obviously going to have to wait and see what happens here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.